Laid back Mickey here. Today we are going to go over how to transport your trike. We are going to use these trike ramps since most of these trikes nowadays have motors, so you want to not lift a heavy trike if you don't have to. And we're actually going to load it in 1, a truck, 2, a mid-size SUV, and 3, a small hatchback. So first, let's check out these ramps, how to use these ramps. These are aluminum ramps, so they're lightweight. This one here has a little lock to open it up. You open the one trike ramp up, set that baby on the ground. Grab your other ramp, open that up, let that slide on down, boom. Lock that baby in place. Go ahead, put one there, one here, and now let's go grab a trike. All right, so I got 2 trikes to load today, one with motor, one without a motor, and they're pretty much the same. We're gonna put one trike one way and the other trike the opposite way. So let's go ahead and load them up. So first I grab the rear wheel, push it on in, and then I put it all the way over to the side there. I'm gonna lock the brakes here in a minute, at least lock one brake. That way it doesn't roll around and back. Then I'm gonna grab my other trike, and then this one here I'm gonna grab by the rear wheel because we're going in backwards on this one here. Make sure you line it up. Push it all the way back. And then once you get all the way in, lock that brake in place. Now this is a 5-foot bed with a little extension. Some people have a 5-foot bed, a 6-foot bed. If you're fitting one trike in a 5-foot bed, it'll fit in diagonal with no problem. If you're fitting 2 trikes, you may want to get an extender like I have here. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and fold these up real quick. Always go ahead and when you're done, I would usually put these in the back of the truck is where I usually like to put them out of the way. Lock it in place, lock it in place. And then we got them loaded, and to unload them, just do the opposite. Okay, so we are doing a mid-size SUV, and we're gonna actually go ahead and fit this Cat Trike Max inside this SUV. So the first thing we do is we always go ahead and we loosen up our quick release because we got to fold our seat down. So let's loosen this baby up, fold the seat down. And once we get it down here, there's always a little Velcro. So different trikes will require different types of either folding, or if it's an ice trike, you have to take the seat off. This is a wider trike. So if you have a wider trike, this is about 34 inches, then you're gonna wanna use like a mid-size SUV. Some of the smaller hatchback cars, the wider hits the sides too much, but this size vehicle, pretty easy. So now I just go ahead and I roll it in all the way forward. And then once you get right about here, is when you can lock it down. Now in this case here, usually I use like a little book or something, so that way it will go ahead and lock down. I could reach forward and then lock it in place that way. And then I'm just gonna close this guy up here, and that's how it fits in a vehicle. Taking it out is just a reverse. Put your ramp up there, 1, ramp up here 2, bring it back. Then roll it on down. And that's how you do it. So if you think these trike ramps can help you, go ahead and go to Laid Back Cycles or click the link below. So we just did the Cat Trike Max, and now we're gonna do a long wheelbase. This is an ice trike. You may have any type of long wheelbase trike. Each one's gonna be a little different on getting it in there. On this one here, I folded down the seat all the way back, and the headrest is gonna get very close to the top here. So luckily it's squishy and it will just go on by. So we go ahead and pull the rear wheel up here, let it roll back, and then straighten up your handlebars. Push, 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 all the way back. And then at this point here, your rear wheel is gonna go right in the center there. Make sure that you lock your brake. That way it doesn't go away. Come around, don't trip over your ramps. Usually I would fold up the ramps at this point, and then I'm gonna close it up. And then just reverse it to take it on out. And there you go. If you wanna see more trike content, go ahead and subscribe below. And the last car we're gonna test out is a small hatchback. And this one's a tight fit for pretty much any trike because this one here has the seats that rather than being flush one of the seats that you fold down, like the rear seat for the rear passengers, usually they fold down flush, but this one folds down and there's a big old bump. So if I were to put this one all the way in, it actually hits that seat, and then I'll actually try to push it all the way in, but at the top, it hits. Now, on this Trike, I can take the seat all the way off, and once I take the seat off, that's gonna help it fit. There's a little wrench that comes with these seats, and one bolt takes the seat all the way off, which is pretty cool. There's 2 quick releases on the back that will allow the seat to move up and down. If you have a smaller car, don't get a rear rack. Go ahead and get a rear bag. A bag connects to the seat so that it's easy to take on and off, or if you took the seat off, the bag stays on the seat. Sometimes this rack will get in the way of a smaller roof car. So I usually say, don't get a rack if you got a super small hatchback. If you got a regular SUV, a rack is gonna be fine. This Rambler has 24-inch wheels. Usually I don't recommend 24-inch wheels if the car is too small. I'm gonna recommend get a trike with all 20s, or maybe a folding trike is gonna be better. Okay, the next trike we're gonna try is the Trike Villager with electric power assist. Now, whenever you have a power assist motor, I highly recommend to get these ramps that collapse. They're made of aluminum, so they're lightweight, and this will allow you to roll it into your vehicle super easily. You know, all you have to do is just grab it, and it rolls a lot easier than trying to lift it up. And then once you usually get it up there, you can just go ahead and put the rear wheel there, and then it'll go ahead and hold it, or go ahead and hold onto your trike safely, and then just roll it all the way in. Now, in this case here, with the Villager, I also recommend to go ahead and fold down the rear seat. Pretty much all the Trikes, well, most of the Trikes, you could fold down the seat. All it is a quick release on the seat here, just like a quick release on a regular bicycle wheel. It's pretty easy to do. Once you get it a little loose, go ahead and fold it over. On the bottom, there's like a little strap to actually hold it where it belongs. And now this trike can easily be pulled in all the way up into the vehicle. So you just go ahead and grab it, roll it up there. Once you get it up there to where it's mostly in the vehicle, go ahead and just roll it all the way in. Make sure it doesn't roll off the ramps. You can push on the front here and then guide it forward. And then once it's all the way in, you may have to make your pedal straight up and down, push your light in a little bit. The rear wheel is gonna be going that little dip where the armrest usually is. Another thing is make sure that when you get your trike in the vehicle to squeeze and lock your brakes if you have brake lock, which all the Trikes have it. I lock both left and right brake. That way it's not moving around while you're driving. Makes it safe. And now we're gonna try a Trike 559 long wheelbase, and it's set up for a tall rider, so the boom is actually extended out. I think this is set up for somebody about 6'2", 6'3". Let's go ahead and try this one here. So we go ahead, lift up the rear, put in the rear wheel first, make sure you're always kind of holding your trike so it doesn't roll away. Go ahead and grab the boom. If your motor was there, grab the motor. Once you get here, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to fold down my seat. Let's fold down my seat. You know, in a small car, you want to make sure you fold down the seat. Otherwise, the seat usually hits the top here. Fold forward, Velcro here, and then you roll that in there, all the way in. Now, you may have to roll it forward enough that you can lock it in place. Once you close your door, what I like to do is sometimes I'll push the trike backwards a little bit. So sometimes also I put a blanket or something on the front boom, just so it's not scratching the inside hatch or anything like that. And when you're driving around, we don't do stick shift that much anymore. This is automatic. So it's just right there. It seems like somebody's close to you, but you know, you're not going probably far. You're probably just going to the local bike trail, or if you're going on a trip, you'll get used to it after a while. So for the folding trike, I very rarely recommend folding the trike to put it in, but sometimes you have to. Now, if you have a motor on it, which it weighs more, make sure you take off the battery. Make sure you follow the folding trike video that we did for Trike, because you gotta have it in the right gearing so that way you don't pull too much on the chain. And so just be careful. If you got a bad back, never recommend folding it. Safety first. But for those that do fold it and do want to put it in, go ahead, grab it. There you go. For me, I don't particularly like to fold my trike. I like to put it in all the way whole and just roll it in because that rear wheel usually goes right between the armrests, sits there nicely. If you got a short wheelbase, it even fits better in a small vehicle.